Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Easter Sunday edition of the Bulletin Board Heroes. It is Sunday, the 20th of April. Starting off with the S&P, which is sandwiched between the support line projection target that we had previously, 54.30 currently. That was supposed to be the lowest we went after the topping out that we had at the turn of the year, but obviously was not the case. And the old 52.20 area, the summer support line there, has been the support, or was the support, on Thursday and on Wednesday rather, and obviously that continued for Thursday. So basically looking for an end of day close either below 52.20 or above 54.30 here. RSI continues to be below neutral 50, so it's been below there since the 20th of February. So that would suggest that the next move here will be to the downside, below 52.20, and then perhaps back towards 4,900 to 5,000 as the target there on the downside. If we do break higher, which seems rather unlikely, then the 55.70 zone, the top of the gap down there that we had at the beginning of the month, could be the destination. Moving on to the Nasdaq, which one can see is not in any better condition really than the S&P. In fact, here we have the 18,400 level, which was the support line projection from back in December. That's currently resistance for this market. And then the old August or post-summer 2024 support there, 17,400. The potential target while we're below 18,400. Like the S&P, the RSI remains well below the neutral 50 level at 42, and therefore the momentum is still to the downside. Moving along to the stocks, Agenus is the first one, and here a nice or interesting looking rising trend channel base. Obviously the shares on the left hand side of the chart, not of the screen, not looking great, but here it does look as though the stock has found the floor of a rising trend channel base. Initial target here, the 50-day line there at $2.31. A best case would be up to $4.85 by the end of next month, and decent bullish divergence going into this turnaround, so we are looking for a reasonable move at least towards that 50-day line and perhaps the November support area at $2.50. On to a situation which we're trying to get a handle on, which has been difficult so far. Baiya international group. There's the possibility of the shares being in a broadening triangle base and heading up to at least filling that gap there to $5 while we're above the latest support here and the support on Thursday around the $2.27 level. So above that on an end of day close basis, looking for $5 here, obviously hoping eventually we'll get towards $9 on the top of that triangle. On to a favorite here, rather largely because it's done exactly what we wanted it to do. We liked the Elong power U-shaped turnaround, and over the past three sessions, we've hit the target we were looking for, basically $4, above $4 on an end of day close basis, hoping for $5 plus by the end of next month, which would complete the U-shaped turnaround there. Ideally, we stay above the Wednesday resistance for this stock at $3.25 ahead of a move to $5 plus. Well, the stock which was liked and championed here has been Hertz, and it's done exactly what we wanted to do. In fact, more than we wanted it to do. We were looking initially for $5.80, which was the top of the rising trend channel base, the red one there. The next level up was $7.50, which has been blown out of the water. And the final one, hopefully in terms of being hit, $9.60, the upper parallel of the previous resistance line projections. So $9.60 plus while we're above the old $7.60 target. Kodiak is next, and here you can see that got a decent turnaround. It's been a bear trap rebound from below the last year's support, and at least while we're above that, around the $2 level, looking for the 50-day moving average at $3.59 over the next couple of weeks. Ideally, we stay above recent resistance around the $2.40 mark. Stock which we've covered once or twice before, Mangoceuticals, but here looking for an ongoing rebound back above the old November support here, $2.10. Above that, Initial target here, the 50-day moving average, $3.50 plus. Best case up to $4.50 by the end of next month. Onto a stock which we returned to after quite a while, which is Motorsport Games. And here you see the shares have easily broken or pushed through the top of that broadening triangle there at $2.10. Above that, we're looking for a new target, the red resistance line projection as high as $3.90 by the end of next month, while we remain above $2.10. Ohmyhome has been covered here before and still trying to get it or deliver a decent turnaround. We've got a broadening triangle base here and already above the 50-day moving average, $2.74. Above that, hoping for the $5 area, best case up to $6 at the top of that triangle by the end of next month. But the key here, holding above the 50-day moving average as much as possible. The rally here started with bullish divergence, and that is still powering the move. On to the last two. First one is Patriot, and here a break to the top of that broadening triangle base. The high of Thursday exactly at $3.20 at $3.66, and looking for an end of day close above that to give us a fresh leg up towards $5 by the end of next month. Ideally, we stay on the right side of $3, as that's been recent support for the shares. Finishing off with Uniqure, and here slightly messy, but we've got that resistance line there running through $13.70. Above that, hoping for the top of the range and maybe up to the top of the channel there towards $20 by the end of next month. But really want to see the shares remain above the floor of that gap there at $11.40 ahead of any push to the upside. You can see decent bullish divergence there, so low, much lower low there for April, but RSI basically the same, so there should be more momentum in that situation, even though we knocked back a bit late in the Thursday session. That's it for me today. More updates during the week.